You know, the funny thing that I come across all the time is people who keep track of me. They're trying to sell me something, and the way they keep track of me is either by post-it note or by Excel spreadsheet. Clearly, there are lots of vendors around who try to sell you CRM, customer relationship management software, software that'll help track your leads all through the sales process, from first stumble upon through to closing the sale and hopefully add-on sales. Question, of course, is all of that software worth it, or should we just stick with Excel and post-it notes?
Well, it depends on, it's a scale issue. CRM is designed for industries that have significant transaction volumes. Okay.
But it's not about transaction volume. Sorry, Simon. It isn't. It's about lead volumes. I mean, the fact is,
same thing.
The fact is, you want your funnel to be nice and big at the top and throw lots of people in.
I'm not convinced that CRM actually helps you manage your funnel particularly well. I mean, as you know, I design sales tools and I give sales training. And CRM for me is a way of tracking accounts and managing opportunities. But in terms of qualifying those opportunities in a systematic way, the problem with CRM is it's more scalable now, but it has tended to be rather expensive in the past. So depending on the size of your enterprise, you may not want to use it because it may overcomplicate things for you.
Okay. Well, and I'm not going to mention Salesforce here because this is not an ad for them. But the fact is that unless you have something that keeps track, before long, those post-it notes will go missing, your hard drive crashes and that Excel file is gone, and actually you don't really remember where things are at. So isn't there like a baseline that people should implement slightly better than post-it notes?
It's not just about tracking them. I mean, the secret of success in sales is about making choices. One of the problems with being a salesman is that if you're not going to be manically depressive and tempted to sort of throw yourself off the top of the highest building every other day, you have to be able to take defeat. And in order to do that, you typically are an optimist. So every time you have an opportunity, you think it's going to close until the moment that it doesn't. And the problem with that attitude is that you tend to pursue everything willy-nilly. So the first message that I typically teach, when I'm talking to salesmen, is it's about choices. You have a finite amount of time available to you, and if you're going to be effective as a salesman, you have to be constantly making decisions about how you use that time. And a very good way to do that is to have a tracking capability, which may be Excel-based, it may be whatever-based, where you have an empirical, a quantitative basis for evaluating whether or not something should go forward. And we talked a little bit about this earlier. So there are characteristics to an opportunity which, if it does not meet, it should not be pursued, and they're typically to do with opportunity, which is size, future potential, and your ability to compete or your likelihood of winning, which is to do with, am I aligned? Do I have a good relationship? Can I deliver this thing in the place where they want it? Things like that. And if you've got high opportunity, it's a big thing, it's got future potential, and I've got a high probability of winning because I've got good relationships with the right people, we've got good credentials, then you should constantly be prioritizing those things and managing them through your funnel. What we're talking about is a funnel process, which starts off with a lot of leads at the beginning and ends up with a few closed ones at the end.
Well, that's the whole point of the funnel.
Well,
but so does it actually matter? I mean, if you've got this down pat on Post-it, is that okay, or should you at least upgrade?
I did
to
say at
Excel?
the beginning, it's a question of scale. Right. If you're talking about 10 leads a month, then you probably Post-its is fine. If you're talking about 100 opportunities a month, then I would argue for a fairly systematic process. Otherwise, you'll feel good. I mean, I come across this all the time. I feel good because I'm busy, but at the end of the day, it's busy work. It's not. You're not making intelligent decisions. And there's a thing about us, we human beings, is that we do feel good. If we get up in the morning and we go out and we do what we do and we come home and we're tired, we feel good about ourselves. But the reality is,
got a lot done.
Yes, the reality is if you can compel yourself through structure to make sensible choices, you will significantly improve your results. You'll improve the size of the deal that you bring in because of the qualification process. You'll improve your quotations win percentage because you don't send the quotation until it's qualified, and so on and so forth. Interesting you should ask this question. I mean, we are currently building a software. It's open source software, so it's available to anybody, which takes this funnel concept and builds it into a simple, easy-to-use online format, which anybody can use, whatever size they have. So even if you have 10 leads a month, you can put them through a qualification process, get reminders through email telling you what you should be doing and when you should be doing it, and get reports which tell you how you're doing against each one. And that's from anywhere from 10 to sort of thousands. Because it should be kept simple. You know, if the tool which is helping you manage your business is so complicated it requires you to put thousands of bits of data in, it's self-defeating, right?
Yeah.
It should be very simple, but it should provide you with a very simple empirical process for determining how you spend your time. And as you employ it, progressively over time, you should see improvements in key metrics.
Right.
Metrics being the number of quotations that you win, the relationship between the number of leads that go in at the front and the ones that come out at the back. I mean, that's basically your key funnel metric. And you want your win percentage based on 100 that go in at the front. You start off, 5 come out of the back. You get better at calibrating, and what happens is it goes to 15, it goes to 20, it goes to 30.
Well, ideally, it'll be a pipe rather than a funnel.
Indeed. Yes.
Yeah.
It would be more like a cylinder. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, it's funny. Actually, I did say that we weren't here advertising for Salesforce, and what do? We advertise for Post-it instead.
Well, we advertise for Post-it. I mean, at Salesforce, I do a lot of work with Salesforce. What the great thing about it is it's scalable. I mean, the old problem of CRM, which is you have to pay for lots of software, is gone with Salesforce because it's scalable, because you pay on a per seat basis, which is to say that the entry cost is very low, per seat being the number of users you have. So even if you've only got 10, you pay whatever it is, $1,500 a year per user. So it's scalable, yeah, as opposed to having to pay $3 million to have Siebel or PeopleSoft or whatever it was put into your company. So from that perspective, it's become a lot better.
Here you go again. It's another plug.
What, for who?
Oh, this time it's Salesforce.com.
No, this is, but I don't sell Salesforce stock. I haven't given mine a name yet. Maybe you can come up with one.
Simon Force. No, let's not do that.